Okay, so today is June 18th, 2021. It is a Friday, and I'm just doing a garden update so I can see how everything is looking from time to time. This is the first bed in our garden that has the cabbage growing, and the pak choi back here in the upper left corner, it's about dead. I'm gonna end up tearing that out. And the Swiss chard is trying, but there are only a couple of plants that are actually coming up right there. So that's the Swiss chard right there. The white dust that you see on everything is Sevin dust, trying to keep these cabbage bugs from eating everything up. I do believe that this will be the last summer that we try to grow cabbage, and we'll just try to grow cabbage in the winter time after this. This is the second garden bed that has a little bit more cabbage, and then we have cucumbers growing back here, and then we have the squash and some green zucchini. And we have had a few pieces of each off of it so far. A couple of zucchini, a couple of squash, a couple of cucumber. I don't know why I've got watermelon on my mind, and we're not even growing watermelon. But anyways, there's the kid over there stealing peppers. He said those are his peppers, and he's probably right. But these are some green beans here. A couple of different kinds of green beans. I'm not sure which is which now, because we did move some things around because we had some of the things were just too crowded. But the collard greens, same situation as the cabbage. I think this will be the last summer that we'll try growing collard greens, because the cabbage bugs, or whatever you call those butterflies that lay the eggs on the leaves and the little bugs eat up your plants, it's just too bad down here. So I think this will be the last summer. We'll just try to grow collard greens in the winter time, in the fall. Now over here, we have some eggplants right here, but then we've got some kale, and the kale is doing okay, but I'm just thinking a lot of these green leafy vegetables, we're gonna have to try those in the winter months or the fall. And the kid has a couple of peppers that he picked just now, and I'm gonna show you our pepper bed. Well, it's not really just a pepper bed, because we do have eggplant. And there is, yeah, he said that's his too. He better eat it. But there's one eggplant right here growing. And they say with the eggplants, you could get 4 to 6 per plant is what you should expect. So we'll just be patient and see what happens. Then we've got some more green beans here. I have some peas here. Now, the tomato plants are looking sad, and let me explain why. We had them planted all too close, and so I tried to separate them, thin them out a little bit, and I took 5 of them out of the original garden bed where they were planted at, and I put 2 in the ground here, and then the other 3, I put them in these containers, and I've been watering them twice a day, and in the mornings when I water them, they look nice and alive, but by this time of the day, and I'm going to be watering them again soon, they start looking like this. So I'm not sure if they're actually going to survive or not. But we still have some carrots growing.
Which, I don't know who bought it.
It doesn't matter. And then these are the peppers, some more of the peppers. And we've got a few different peppers over here. Some jalapeno peppers and some, I forgot, that's just a generic tag. I forgot the name of all the peppers, but then we have bell peppers.
This is a banana pepper.
Yes, that's a banana pepper, and then that's a bell pepper.
Yep, which I found 3.
Okay.
It's just still on there.
Yeah, leave those ones on there because I can't cook all of them right now, and I'm not ready to freeze anything. And then over here we've got some okra. This is the red okra.
Which I like. Well, I haven't tasted okra, but I'll try.
And then that's the green okra growing over there. I didn't plant a lot of the red okra because my husband said that he's never eaten it, and I didn't want to waste a bunch of planting. So it does actually start off growing red. I'm not the best camera person, but you see that red bud right there? That's the okra starting to form. And here are some more of those tomato plants that I didn't actually move these ones, but the other ones that I took out were really close to this one. So this one appears to be struggling a little bit more than I would care for it to. This tomato plant looks fine. It's nice and big. So as long as this one lives, I'll be okay with that. It is a learning thing year by year. And I realize corn should not be planted so close to other things because it's really crowded in here right now. Now, up here, those are sunflowers. I just planted a couple of sunflower seeds at the very ends. Well, just at that one end. And this one, yeah, I don't know how tall that is. It's up there though.
Yeah, but I see a little.
Yeah, there's a corn growing on it. Cool.
Which is nice.
Alrighty, now this is that Stanley plum tree. I had to find something to get the Japanese beetles to stop eating at the leaves, because look at these leaves. They really tried to eat this tree up. They actually tried to eat all of the trees up. This is I can never remember what it is, a blue Demon or Desmond or Diamond. I forgot what this here is called, but this is the other plum tree that's not, it's not truly a sweet plum tree, but the Japanese beetles tried to eat at it too. So
Which, guys,
yeah, hopefully they'll snap back and do okay. It'll be a few years before we get any fruit off of that one though.
guys, I accidentally watered this and it started going that way.
Oh, you hit it too hard with the water. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
See, now he's confessing.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
want to
okay.
say it yesterday.
Yeah, that's okay.
But look at this.
That is the peach tree, the Alberta peach tree, Miss Alberta.
Which it never grew.
It's growing.
Yeah.
We don't have peaches on it. The birds got the ones that were initially coming in, and then I turned around and put some netting over it. Well, while the netting was on it, the Japanese beetles and whatever other bugs that wanted it were just they were just having their way with it. So the birds couldn't get to the bugs, so we took the net off. So I'll take my chances that the birds getting a peach here and there if they grow back in. I don't know how many times a year peaches will come in, but I do know that some started coming in back in May and they all got plucked off by those birds, and we're just gonna wait and see what happens. Now this is that little banana tree that I replaced or replanted, whatever you want to call it. I moved it. That's what I did. I moved it and put it elsewhere, and I got a pup from my neighbor. She gave me one before they moved, and I just planted them together, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is some wood that my husband brought home from work. You know, there's that issue with the prices of wood being so high. So he got some wood that they were going to throw away and brought it home, and we're going to try to figure out how to do a greenhouse with it, just with some recycled wood, and we can order the greenhouse plastic online. That'll be a completely different video, and we will see how that goes. Now this here is the pear tree. The pear tree had a rust issue, and that rust issue I'm hoping will be resolved soon, and maybe next year we will get some type of fruit growing in on it. And when I say rust, that's what the people I talked to at the local garden shop said. But do you see how these look? Those were supposed to have been new pears. They are not, because they got attacked with some type of fungus. And so I forgot what the spray is that I got, but I sprayed it down, and hopefully after a couple of treatments the rust will go away. Now, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to clip the dead stuff or the affected stuff or not. Maybe I should. I'll have to look that up. But this is how she's looking so far. She's not very wide, but she does have some good height on her. And we'll just see what happens. And the apple tree up here, she's doing the best she can. She doesn't have any fruit coming in. She hasn't had any fruit. And I just know that it's a waiting game when it comes to apples as well. These are still fairly young trees. None of them are 5 years old. So I'm not really concerned about the fact that I truly haven't gotten any type of growth or fruit out of them. So that is it. I hope that if you have any opinions, not even opinions, but just, any advice or suggestions, let me know. I will be glad to try some new things to try to get this garden better. But until next time, keep having the audacity to grow. Thank you.